Hope you had a wonderful Christmas, guys. Today we're actually gonna talk about Dungar Druid because I feel a lot of people actually think the deck is dead, and the truth is anything but. In this video I'm gonna go over all of the best Dungar Druid lists, give you a quick guide about the one that's doing best right now, and give you some of my games with the second best variant because that seemed to be best when I played it a couple of days ago. So if you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget you can hire for some Hearthstone coaching, and you can be sure I'll do my best to make you a better Hearthstone player and maybe even reach Legend. Now let's check out the deck. So here's what the situation is for the last 3 days from Diamond through Legend, and 61% win rate, guys. I don't know. Looks pretty broken to me. This is the variant I played, 57.6, almost 5,000 games. Just a single card difference, but a big one. And we have several other iterations of Dungar Druid. Let me just narrow it down so we can just see those. And if you sum this up, it's about 10,000 games. Not as popular as it used to be, but definitely still a force to be reckoned with. This is the variant I played. We didn't do too well with it in Top Legend, but I ended up still being close to 50%, so we take those any day. But the matter at hand is, it's still doing great from Diamond to Legend because it's a very simple deck to play with as long as you can efficiently ramp the Dungar turn, that is. And the only difference here is we have a single Cactus in here instead of a Kill Jaden, and the difference is quite big, like 3% difference. Definitely not negligible. And yes, I know what you guys are thinking. Is Kill Jaden great if you pull it from Dungar? Well, no, he's not great, but he's still a 7/7 for free, and you still have that chance of actually not pulling it with Dungar and still being able to go for the long game after you've exhausted all of your hydration stations and such. So yeah, here's the list with the Kill Jaden. And what else we have in this one, which is a little bit different from what we're used to seeing, is a couple of Forbidden Fruits, which are great. If you use them with 16 mana, for instance, that's going to be like 16 damage or 32 armor. But it's also a great 0 mana spell for you to activate your Stargrazers, and that way you get to even play this guy as soon as turn 7 or 8 with the Coin or Innervate, and still activate with Forbidden Fruit, so you get all of those extra stuff basically for free. We have a couple of Innervates so we can get things done faster. A couple of Arcanite Revelations would be amazing if they land on your ramp spells like New Heights, like Malfurion's Gift. That way you get to do a turn 2 ramp. It's also not the worst thing to do on your Crystal Cluster. And in the end of the day, it's a 1 mana card draw. Usually you just pass on turn 1 anyway, so it's something to do. A couple of Malfurion's Gifts, usually used for ramp, but in some cases you could obviously be using it for swipes, and in other cases you might even use it for gain 8 armor, because there's plenty of OTK decks out there, which might not be able to handle with that extra 8 armor out of nowhere. Couple of trail mixes, if timed correctly, can allow you to do a very quick Dungar, like we managed to do a couple of turn 5 Dungars back to back, just with the help of a couple of trail mixes. You play these on turn 4, or even on turn 3, and then you innervate Dungar, and boom, you have a freaking full board as soon as turn 4. We still have a couple of Frost Lotuses in this one. They're just too good to pass by, like gaining that 10 armor, drawing those 2 cards, pretty decent stuff. And it's one of the best things you could be having in your opening hand, because the sooner you get this, the sooner it's gonna blossom. The New Heights, obviously no-brainers, just pay attention if you play this thing and you then play the Crystal Cluster. Be aware that you're not going to be getting the taunts if you haven't ramped up to 13 or 16 yet, so in some cases that is actually quite important. We have Pendants of Earth here. A lot of the times you're going to be using these on curve just so you can find yourself the Dungar faster, and not so much for the healing, even though in some cases the healing part is also pretty nice. And if you don't get Dungar out of these, you gotta ask yourself, what are you going to be okay with not pulling from the Dungar or from the Thunderbringer later? So that's gonna be determining what you actually choose here. You don't just pick the most expensive thing, you actually pick the one you're fine playing from hand as is. So a lot of times I'd be picking Yogg out of this. INR would be an okay thing, but try not to be picking things like splitting Space Rock or Stargrazer unless you're okay playing them from hand. In the end of the day, your Thunderbringer only pulls these idiots, so if you start pulling those yourself, you're not going to have anything from Thunderbringer, which is not that great. We also have a couple of Crystal Clusters. Nowadays they're not as amazing, but still you could be pulling this off quite soon with the help of Innervate and such. Obviously you could have done it even sooner before, but it's still a playable card apparently. The Kill Jaden is obviously amazing for those long games, because a lot of the times you actually exhaust your deck fairly quickly, and if the opponent manages to handle your Dungar and your 2 hydration stations, well, a lot of times you don't have all that much left in you. If the 2 splitting space rocks plus forbidden fruits and spellburst damage didn't get the opponent done, you're probably not going to be able to take that one home. But with Kill Jaden, it's going to be still anyone's game, and it's actually leaning kind of in your favor. We also have a couple of hydration stations. You are going to be reviving your Unkiliax that way, the Thunderbringer, the Stargrazer. But if you haven't played all of those big taunts, you could also be reviving a 6-mana Crystal Cluster was the taunt, I think, or the 5/5 from INR, so those are somewhat okay things to revive as well in the end of the day. The Splitting Space Rocks, a lot of people are confused why these are so good in the deck. They're basically 8 damage on the boards for a long time. Because not many things can actually handle an 8/8 that goes into a 4/4, twice into a 2/2, 4 times, and then into 1/1s. So it is actually quite a lot of damage that way. And the Stargrazer, it's obviously amazing, untargetable, so you can't silence it and stuff like that, and it's also giving you a lot of extra damage and armor for free basically, so all around no-brainer, and it is a beast. It's a great taunt to revive, all of that good stuff. Thunderbringer is also quite the powerhouse. If you tempo this guy out, it's basically like a mini Dungar, and it's a turn earlier, so there's that too, but it is definitely susceptible to things like Deafen, other kind of silences and whatnot, so it's not an immediate effect, but it could be great. Travel Master Dungar is surprisingly still not 10 mana, but maybe that's about to change next year, we'll see. And he is basically still as strong as ever. Like, ramping up to it with the Crystal Cluster was one way of doing it. The other is obvious, you just double Trail Mix and you're still doing it as soon as turn 4, turn 5. So definitely not that hard pulling off. He is still pretty broken, and like I said, he could pull your Kill Jaden, but it's not the end of the world in the end of the day. You basically run this guy for the extra chance of getting extra late game, but if you don't, well, it's like you never ran him at all. And like I said, pulling a 7/7, not the end of the day for you. When deciding what you're actually discovering through your Pendant of Earth, for instance, you also might want to ask yourself, like if you already have Travel Master Dungar, you might want to ask yourself, is this gonna better my odds of getting the minion I want from a particular set? Because Unkiliax is from Whizbang, INR is from Titans, Yogg is from Titans, Thunderbringer is from Showdown, Splitting is from the new set, Stargrazer as well from the new set. So if you really are trying to pick something good out of this, obviously if you didn't get Dungar, Kill Jaden would be an MVP because you don't want to pull it through Dungar later, unless you really are looking for something to taunt with. But in other cases, maybe if you're really begging to get Yogg out of your Dungar next turn, maybe pick INR out of the pendant there, and that might help you, because this guy is indeed pulling from different expansions, so you're not going to be able to get Yogg and INR at the same time. I just remembered, actually, yes, you can pull both INR and Yogg at the same time, because Yogg was from the mini set, so disregard that last part. Unkiliax is still pretty broken, maybe a little bit too broken, who knows, he might also be in for a nerf, if not on the next patch. Sometimes throughout the next year, but until then you can definitely still abuse the Virus Plus Perfect module. It's just too perfect. INR great for refreshing your mana. You can also draw a bunch with her. She is actually extremely powerful if you use her to draw after you've done your Kill Jaden. That way you basically fill your hand with buffed up random demons, and that can be pretty sick. Like there's some pretty broken random demons in there, like the Eladari Inquisitor that can go face, the Healing Doggo, all of that good stuff could be at your disposal this way. And lastly, you have your Yogg, which is usually used to steal something, mostly Titans and Kiliaxes, or basically to force the opponent's idiots to attack each other. Just be careful not to overuse Yogg, because if the game is already pretty much yours, might not be a very bright idea to risk it for Yogg to cast something bullshit like a Quasar or Twisting Nether or something. So it is a double-edged sword, as it always has been. If you're winning the game already, might not be the brightest idea to play or use the Yogg skills, unless you're actually expecting the opponent to MC tech it or something, or just Yogg it back or something like that. But yeah, you get it. You don't want to be risking too much with this guy. Game plan with this deck, basically a ramp up around turn 5, turn 6 at the latest. You should be able to play Travel Master Dungar, or at least Thunderbringer. And after that, the games just start developing usually in your favor, because that's a little bit too much for most opponents to handle. The shitty thing about Travel Master Dungar is he's a perfect card for MC Tex, because he is indeed summoning a total of 4 minions on the board, and the opponent can just steal your INR, your Yogg, your Unkiliax, and that would not be fun for you. But yeah, all around, you ramp the Dungar, you recast a couple of hydrations, and if the opponent is still kicking, the Kill Jaden might right that wrong for you. Matchup-wise, here's what we're looking at. Apparently Elemental Mage is not your friend, but I'm honestly not sure that's really true nowadays, because they don't have that much damage, but maybe it still does. I mean, you're not super fast, so they can still amp up with Saroon and do broken things, but not that much. Weapon Rogue was actually pretty hard for me to handle in Top Legend because the opponents were super efficient with it, but from Diamond to Legend you should be having a good time. Mulligan wise, here's what we're seeing. Going first, you are going to be looking for the ramp stuff with New Heights. Dungar is always a keep, Malfurion's Gift is great, Arcanite Revelation ain't the worst because it's something to do on turn 1, Trail Mix is an okay keep, Innervate is an okay keep, Crystal Cluster, especially if you're curving it into it, and even if you're not, it's still kind of fine, and Frost Lotus Seedling is also pretty MVP. Pendant Nerf is also an okay thing to be holding on to if you don't have your Travel Master Dungar already, that is. But I don't know if it's a super good card to hold on to straight up if you don't already have at least a little bit of ramp. And as for on the coin, again, much of the same stuff, it's literally the same cards, so mulligan accordingly. I guess Kill Jane can also make the cut if you're expecting it to be a win condition for you, like if you're against a Control Warrior, if you're against a Mirror matchup Druid, maybe Kill Jaden is a consideration, even though in the Mirror matchup, I guess you still got a hard go for the Dungar, so there's that too, but it is something to think about. All around, that's it for the deck. It's not very cheap, but it's not very hard to play, and it's definitely enjoyable to scam games with it, but not so much for the opponent, obviously. Hope the guide helped you. Now let's check out some of my games on my road back to top 100 Legend. Hope you enjoy.
You didn't see anything. Class is in session.
Against the Rogue. I think I can go like this. Don't want to overdo it. We have the pendant to find something good. Yeah, let's try like this. It looks to be a turn 5 potential Dungar. I'll still coin the New Heights. It doesn't allow me to do anything amazing next turn, but technically if I top deck no, never mind. Can't do shit.
Witness true arcane magic.
Okay, no more Elementals in the deck. There's the boy. My boy!
How enigmatic.
But yeah, happy holidays, guys. Happy Christmas Eve and all of that. If you're celebrating, all the best to you. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas tomorrow. Some good old-fashioned good old Christmas. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Can I stop top decking all my fucking idiots? That would help. What the fuck did I just do? I don't have the Dungar play for next turn. Might still be the play though. No, what am I talking about? I'm gonna innervate it. Silly me.
Turn down that racket.
Not so much now. I guess I'm gonna go with Space Rock.
Keep it together. Keep it together.
Probably should have held back a turn for the Dungar play.
Witness true arcane magic. How enigmatic.
How's it going, El Turbo? Welcome to the stream. Fucking deafened, man. I'm in danger. Wouldn't mind some ramp still. That's the big ramp, however. I might end up being dead here. Two spell damagers on the board. I'm feeling super dead. I could just pendant, heal for 10, probably live. Double spell damages on the board. He hasn't showed any asteroids yet. I'ma risk it, but doesn't feel great. What do you mean, Turbo? It summons you taunts if you already have your max mana. But if you played New Heights, your new max mana is either 13 or 16, so it only summons taunts when you already have your mana capped. If I had 10 mana already and played it, I would have summoned 3. If I was at 9 mana and played it, I would have summoned 2. That kind of deal. Thanks. Who the fuck runs Dirty Rat? Yeah, perhaps. Surprisingly, no. Right now, it's saying my max mana is 10, but it's not. The gift that keeps on giving.
Fortunate to have witnessed this.
Harder, daddy. I wonder if he's gonna feel fortunate to have witnessed this.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the world.
Had it, bitch. Had it all along. This does nothing.
Time gone low.
And slap. That was a pretty unfortunate row right there. Surprisingly, I don't have my freaking hydrations just yet, but soon, surely. Wait, where'd my second splitting space rock go? Did I sleep on something?
Quickly.
Dude likes freezing, huh? Okay, he played around it.
Your bones will make a fine addition to my collection.
That's a card. I'ma play it. That should cock block him nicely.
That racket.
Your destination awaits.
Yeah, you could include Kill Jaden in there. It's a hit and miss. Like, you could just summon it through Dungar that way, but could work. It's not the worst thing to summon with Dungar. At the end of the day, it's still one extra big minion, but it's not the big minion you're looking for, so... Kill Jaden gives, Kill Jaden takes.
I'm almost out of cards.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
Guess. Still dead though. Unless he has another glacial. Doesn't seem like it.
Smart moves. I can see.
Okay. He has seen enough. Maybe a little bit too much. Who knows? Okay, that went so well. Them dirty rats went pretty sideways for him now, didn't they? How can you even have a Starship Dungar? I guess you tried to say Starship Druid there, didn't you?
Class is in session.
That is not a Dungar Druid. How can you run Dungar in a deck where you're trying to play the... Actually, are you trying to play the 7 mana Starship thing?
Those solves any problem.
This is a single card draw. I already have most of what I need. I'm gonna get the Bomber, I guess that could do something. Guess we're bombing it.
Wanna blow something up?
Sure. But yeah, Dungar Druid seems to be the better Druid deck nowadays still. And the Taunt Starship Druids never really picked up too much above 55% win rate. One, 4, 7, so he has a Metis. Probably the Holy Spell, maybe.
One dose solves
For
problem.
duty.
More ramping, just what the doctor ordered.
A loose Neladar.
Oh, okay, that was good. Yeah. If I top deck Innervate, I can just straight up Dungar. That be lit.
Witness true arcane magic. How enigmatic.
It's gonna need to waste one drop, but he probably has one. Straight up like that, huh? Doesn't have any coins in there, so I'm pretty hopeful. Huh. Think I'd rather go with this and this instead, honestly. This is cool and all, but I think this is how we secure our front and back. If I just knew heights, I still have access to the Dungy boy, so might as well just do that. Not very happy about Yogg in the hand, because I could have stolen, but it is what it is. Okay, we're sitting at 20. Him having only 6 mana. Surely we're not dead. Not without a coin or a way to get one.
Reporting for duty.
Picture the adventure of a lifetime.
Let's see a Dungotron. If I refresh my crystals. I'm doing all that if I refresh my crystals, but still gonna do it.
The virtue of the wild.
Keep it together. Keep it together.
Maybe it was safer if I've healed back to full there. Just maybe. Whoever killed his spell damage, idiot. I think I'll kill his spell damage, idiot, guys. But I think I should have just healed back to full with INR. How much more I'm streaming? About 1.5 more hour. The usual 3 hours. It is 6:24 right now for me in the PM.
I will not forsake.
Some of that meat ass.
Cease your quarrel at once.
Well, I have my hydration, so it'll grow back. It'll grow back. It'd be nice if he kills my taunt. Thanks, man. How else would I resummon? How else would I get my tangs back? Technically, I could just steal Amidas. It's kind of risky. Is it kind of risky? It's only risky if it fucks me. It never fucks me, guys. Let me get even more idiots this way.
Open your minds to the light.
Destination awaits.
Should I draw? I'll just restore back to full.
Magic of life.
Call it a day. Because he could have MC Tech right about now. He does that, he steals my Yogg steals my INR, heals back to full and shit. I don't know. Not into that. Okay, he still steal.
I could.
Yeah, sounds about right, Dad. Guys in the morning over there. This song is fire, dude. Killing it, Armina. This is what we're listening to if anybody is interested. It sounds lit.
Move quickly.
Come on, quickly. Got another one where that came from? This is how I do it. Now it's guaranteed. Thanks, man.
Aloof Neladar.
Watch out! Watch out! Victory is yours.
Next king.
Okay.
Will serve me.
Nope, Maxi Druid got nerfed to the ground. Now there's a new.
Scenarios guide me.
Still probably Maxi Druid, I don't know. He probably still made it. But it ain't going face with the 1 mana spell no more, which is kind of a big thing.
One dose solves any problem.
Enemies of nature, beware!
The ramp eludes me. Surely I'm gonna get a ramp out of this. Because this thing is still not ready, so I'm not feeling that. Well, it's a spell at least, but not the spell. Well, still plenty of OTK to go around, Ruby. OTK Tourist Valley is there. OTK Cycle Rogue is there, basically. Plenty of OTK to go around. And there is this new spell damage Druid that's also basically OTK, so it's still there, just a lot harder to win with it, because it's not as good. Basically. Yeah, Tourist Valley. It's basically OTK.
One dose solves any problem.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. Seriously, bro, where my ramp at? Should I just draw with this? Gives me a chance to renovate. Not even close. I mean, it was close, but it's not what we need. No, I haven't tried it. Oh, you mean the Tourist Valley? Not the new variant, I guess. But I talked about it in the last top 5. You can check that one out. Why am I drawing all my minions and none of my fucking ramp, bro? Anybody has an answer to that?
Relaxation for all, and all that.
Sure. Yeah, it definitely can. We're not happy with this deck against this guy though. Not without Kill Jaden though. Finally found ramp when I can ramp big time. Amazing. It's amazing, incredible. Oh my goodness. Think I'm supposed to Yogg now. Actually, am I supposed to Yogg now? Dungar gives me Iron R, Star Razor, all of that bullshit. I'll just do that.
Picture the adventure of a lifetime.
I mean, I can still do everything. I could just play on Killiax. I think that's probably the better play. MC Tech would be a bitch. It better not be. Guess he has some big AoE lined up. Still leaves me with a couple of 4/4s. Thank you for the follow, Penu. Penuri Stone. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? A poison was killing everything anyway. What the fuck, bro?
Enemies of nature, beware! You defile the dead. Soon you join them.
Okay. Bit desperate, but who am I to disagree?
Enemies of nature, beware!
Smack doodle in the noodle. Well, apparently not so bad even without Kill Jaden there. Yeah, that was quite the questionable curve we got there now, wasn't it? Questionable AF.
Versus Valera!
I'll make my own. Class is in session.
Okay, we played against this guy, we won.
Happy Feast of Wintervale.
Thanks, man.
Have you been good for Great Father Winter?
Might as well. Let's just hero power for now, I guess.
I appreciate it.
Okay. If that's how you wanna play it. Well, Trail mixed into Crystal Cluster ought to do it.
Step to this.
I'm gonna attack into this. Don't want to give him a target to combo off easily and such. I think. Still not gonna have enough mana to do anything significant, sadly. Not too great, not too great. I mean, if I just Crystal Cluster there, I'm dead, basically. More or less. So, can't afford to do that. Fuck. Dude made a forceful argument over there. I don't have time for Dungar. Should I just heal for 10?
So many contradictions.
I'm just gonna kill this tree too. Life stealing for it. It's cool and everything, but
I appreciate it.
if I'm preventing free damage without healing, might as well just do that instead of waste my coin. Is he gonna get the +2? Of course he is. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. If I get another trail mix, that'd be aight. There you go. Now we're cocking. Let's see how much he appreciates it again. Dude, slapping hard. Slappy. Yeah, sure thing, Ruby. Much appreciated. It's decent. It's not D deck, but it's a decent deck. Yeah, we're sitting at 7 health. We are sitting ducks. Couldn't get any of my cheap ramp. That might be having something. Yeah, of course. Well, I'm doing this. He's gonna kill it with dubious purchases. If I don't use the coin right now, I'm fucking dead. Innervator Forbidden Fruit gives me somewhat of a way out. If I live, but I kinda doubt it. Thought so. Yeah, we could have curved out a lot better here. I think I misplayed it though. Using the first trail mix on that turn was not a bright idea, I feel. Probably should have used the healing on that turn and smoke. Batch ass.
Class is in session.
Okay, finally some early game ramp, that's new. Double Frost Lotus. Okay, this guy's gonna be my bitch. This guy's gonna pay for the other rogue's sins. Yeah. Maybe I'll play some Weapon Rogue after this one as well. I'm feeling degenerate enough. Wonder how they're feeling about all the Taurus Pallies against them. With them Divine Shields and Taunts and such, I guess not so bad. Yeah, keep on searching, Ruby. On the lower ranks you don't see as much rogues indeed. This guy looks to be Cycle Rogue, I think. Oh, it's Shafar. Okay. Sure. Might as well get rid of it, I guess. It's not like I can't do much with it anymore, but it's still a problem. It would have been a compounding amount of damage in the long run. I could have used the Trail Mix so we could have Crystal Cluster next turn. Maybe I should have. Probably should have. Yeah. No secrets with that one, is there? He announced what he came in here for. There he is. The man of the hour. Let's see what's in this first. Yeah, whatever.
There's simply nothing I can do.
Picture the adventure of a lifetime.
I bestow these gifts upon
Hmm.
the virtue of the wild.
Insignificant.
I'll just mouth him. I don't care about the 6-5 much. Probably should have killed the 8-10, honestly. In all honesty. Could coin him out, as he will. Be a damn shame if I have my hydration. It's one off lethal as it stands. If this gives me Innervate, it is lethal.
So many contradictions.
I'm gonna give my odds a little boost. It was one off, yeah. Not a rogue. Original.
I never turn down a good brawl. Class is in session.
Clucky. Well, that's a good hand. I think I'll hold on to it. Should I get a prep out of the opponent's class? That'd be nice.
I listened to ETC before he was cool.
Then again, how the fuck would that not be in their deck? Never mind. Probably should have still gotten the 2-2.
I prefer post-pop goblin.
Yes.
Keep it real.
The store refreshes? What do you mean, Uprising?
Keep it real. Keep it real.
As a gracious host, I will tend to. How entertaining.
Sure.
Keep it real. Keep
I'll
it
kill
real.
this thing still.
Aloof Neladar.
No reason not to. Yeah, Bill.
Aloof Neladar.
I'm down to slap. Nerf Rogue One? Yeah, it's gonna be next year.
Set sail for sails.
Why was what there? Okay.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wild.
Extra hydration station should be alright. Oh, because he played Lucky Comet. Your next combo triggers twice. Dude, still trying.
Too soon.
Insignificant.
That's a big man. Can he handle it? Okay. Surely it's not gonna be that big, that's what she said, but I think she might be wrong. 5. Okay, 5, so he has 33 damage, I think. Hope I'm not wrong. No, it's 32 damage because he needs to take a swing with his mouth. So he needs to re-dagger as well, and he's left with a couple of mana. Unless he has Fan of Knives.
Too soon.
That's gonna be a couple of big men again. Did he manage? Not sure he did. That animation is clunky as shit. Made that the hero power, bro subs. What the fuck, bro? All he had to do is not attack there, and feel like he could have actually somewhat stabilized there, survived at 5 health, but still would have died, I think. Close. Okay, I think I'm gonna try some of that bullshit weapon rogue as well. Seems like everybody's slapping with that. It's one of the few rogue decks I'm not super against playing.